All right, what's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of KFLO presents Kandid Kontent.
Okay.
We about to be real candid. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and play this
What's
promo.
up, people? Welcome to the KFLO show, where the goal is to inspire, encourage, and empower you to live life better with information for transformation and elevation. Hashtag elevation information. We will discuss faith, fashion, fun, finances, and much, much more. And hey, don't just watch, like, and subscribe at IamKFlow.k. And remember, sharing is caring. Enjoy the show.
All right, let's get into it. So tonight, let me make all the disclaimers. This is the KFLO show. I hope to inspire, encourage, and empower you to live life better with kingdom information for transformation and elevation. Hashtag KITE. Hashtag elevation information. You see the devil already busy. Oh, you make me sick. Make me sick. Okay. Hashtag live life better. Please show your love by sharing this conversation and also subscribe to the KFLO show on YouTube. You can also listen to Kandid Kontent on Spotify. Your girl is on Spotify now.
On Spotify.
On Spotify.
Yeah.
Check out kstylesU.com for your personal image consulting. And also my new ebook, Style is a State of Mind, on Amazon for $2.99.
Come on through.
Not even $3. $3.24 with tax.
Right. Not even $4.
Not even $4. Get yours today. All right, let's get it popping. No stop until we reach the top. Today's topic is dating, deal breakers, and other trending topics. My co-host is the wonderful, talented Mr. Shuug Johnson. What's up, Shuug?
What's up, everybody? What's going on, Miss KFLO? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Today, my guest is my friend and classmate, LaToya Jones.
Hi, Miss Jones.
Hi. Good vibes every day.
Every day. Okay. I'm with it.
All right, you want to tell me you got some social media stuff? You got anything happening you want to talk about?
No.
No. I'm on Facebook at LaToya Jones.
Yeah, that's me.
Is you on Instagram?
Instagram Slim 2M's 1019.
Girl, you did not say slim.
Slim like slim thick. You know.
Okay.
Just saying. Can't be your name. You know, you gotta be incognito sometime. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can share this live. There we go.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
We got a thing going on.
Yes.
Okay.
I got a thing.
There's about to be a lot of things going on with this topic.
Hey.
Okay, Toya, mother of three. Do they call you Granny?
Coco, ma'am. I'm Coco. He
That
calls me
is
Coco.
not a grandma.
I am Coco.
Okay.
Koko. That's me.
Okay.
What he calls me.
Grandma Coco.
No.
She is a school teacher. And what else do you have going on?
I'm a life insurance agent. You know, I just speak from here to there.
Do you? Like speaking engagements?
Not yet.
Not yet.
There. That's coming.
But it's coming.
It's coming.
I'm not mad at it.
It's coming.
All right. This conversation about to be live from the class of 92, except for Shuug. Shuug, I don't know what year you came out.
95.
Oh, you're a baby.
That's all right. I love 92. 92. People ask me all the time, what's my favorite years? I say 92 and 95.
Absolutely.
Because I love those things. I loved your senior class.
Yeah.
And 95 because that was, of course, my senior class. But
right.
Yeah.
We had a good class. All right, let's get into these. Okay, so Toya and I had a discussion the other day, and we were just talking about how unprepared we were after high school. Like, we had no introduction of what to do next. All we were taught was to go to school, go to college, get a good education, get a good job, and then I guess retire at 65. I don't know.
Right.
But they didn't give us any options. So we got into, this really good conversation. She said, well, that's what you should talk about on the next show. I was like, cool, you want to be guest?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, so the thing of this, our parents didn't know much. My mom is 86, so she comes from a real old generation. My mama is old enough to actually have picked cotton.
Right.
That's how old my mom is. So her mentality towards school, like we talked about it, we had never even heard the word entrepreneurship.
No.
Like never. It was not even a word.
No.
Right.
Because when we were in school, we were always taught to, like, the jobs that you knew about was police officer, a lawyer, a doctor. And a teacher. Yeah, but they would tell you that they didn't get paid a lot of money, and we didn't realize what that was until I really understand what they were talking about, and they were getting paid less than what I'm getting paid now. So I can imagine. But nobody talked about, we were talking about like being a stylist, that existed. We heard about engineers because they had a particular program, but that was really tagged for those people that were like really good at math. And so what about the people that could write well? Nobody was promoting writers. Nobody was promoting entrepreneurship. And so, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so because there were a lot of things, and these all of these things came to mind as well. Like they didn't teach us about financial management. We had no information about life insurance, burial insurance. Like they didn't talk to us about the things that we needed to prepare for. Like the white folks and the more, affluent neighborhoods. Like I was talking to my mom the other day, and she said I remember her wanting some help for my nephew because his dad had passed on. Of course, my mom, took him in or whatever. And we were talking then, like there was nowhere for a young boy to go to learn about being a man. We took him to the boys club, but
that's about it.
That was the lady, and she took him, I think, a few times. And she went up there one time and was looking for him. They didn't know where he was, and said, "Well, we think maybe he went home with one of his friends."
Right.
What? So it's just all the stuff that we did not know and did not have access to. Like, and for me, I decided not to go to college because I knew we couldn't afford it. Right. Mom had pretty much taught me a little bit about credit card debt and like just not to get ever in credit card debt. So that was the only thing I knew about.
At least you knew that. At least you knew that.
She knew that.
She knew that because I told her our conversation was, I was taught just go to school. You have to go to college because my mom didn't even graduate high school. And so all she knew was be better than me. And so what she thought was better was to go to college. So whatever my mom told me to do, I did it. And so I applied to go to school, not realizing, I didn't have a plan. I just knew that I was going to college. Right. Now I was smart in school, but I didn't know what to do when I got there. Let's just be clear. Right. So I wasted a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money, even though I have a degree and I have a degree in human resource management, never done the job. Never did the job.
My degree in right now. That's what I'm working towards now.
But when I was in school, they were like, when I was applying for jobs in that field, it was like, well, you don't have any experience. Well, how am I going to get any experience if you don't give it to me? So I was stuck for a long time and in a lot of debt because my mom didn't have a college fund saved. So here I am taking out these loans. I have grants. I have, whatever it was they were giving, flowing my way, but it was a whole lot of loans that was taking place. And that falls on me, and again, my mom didn't know. She just told me, now I got a degree, but was the degree worth the debt? Oh, absolutely. No, it wasn't. Didn't have a plan. So I wish, but now I know, what to say to my own kids. And as an educator, that's one of the things that I talk to kids about that's at school with me. When you go to college, because college is not for everybody. I don't necessarily know if college was for me, because if I was to do it over again, I probably would have went to Cedar Valley, like one of the community colleges, because I know it was less expensive, but I still could get or figure out what I wanted to do.
Right.
Those are the options we don't talk about, and that's something we have to get better with, especially with this generation that's coming up. That's, well, we don't even want to talk about
We're gonna
generation
get into
coming.
that. We're gonna get into
Yeah.
that.
Well,
So Shuug, did you go to college?
I did. I went to college for my freshman year. I went to
Where did
North
you go?
Texas, University of North.
Texas?
Me
Yes,
too. That's where I went. That's where I
yeah.
graduated from.
I went to North Texas. I could have excelled, but I felt like because I was so mature mentally that I couldn't get with the college students. They reminded me of high school. So when I was in high school, all my friends were adults. When I say adults, they were 25 and above.
Oh wow.
So when I went to college, it felt like a big high school to me.
It
The
was.
the seniors was chasing the freshmen, the sophomores and the juniors didn't know what they wanted to do, where they fit in. And I was not about clout. I'm not about clicks. Let me come back to Dallas and hang with my peoples.
Yeah.
So I spent more time in Dallas than I did in Denton. And
Wow.
so here I am 25 years, almost 25 years later, trying to get my bachelor's degree in healthcare management, specializing in human resources.
Wow.
But yes, growing up in a single parent home, my mom taught school, college. You go get a degree, you go get on a job, you stay on a job, you retire from a job. Well, I'm about to retire from my job this year. I've been on it 25 years.
Mm.
And I'm tapping more into my entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
Even though I'm getting this college degree, I'm still working on my own things, catering, my janitorial business, and everything like that. And later at the end of the year, I'll have my own my 501c3, so that I can be trying to provide jobs
Mm-hmm.
to those that don't go to college, those that may have blemishes on their records. You know, teaching them on how to be entrepreneurs, because we didn't have that.
Mhm. It was very much like, and like I was telling her, I knew that I loved fashion. I knew that I loved music and style and things like that, but I didn't see that as a career. I didn't even know it was possible to do those things. Had somebody told me you get double the pay or extra pay for being bilingual, I would have taken Spanish more seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Right.
somebody said you get paid more on the job, but that was never, nobody ever said that,
Never.
right? So I look at all these jobs, I'm like, man, dog, if I had just paid attention in school, in class, but it wasn't pushed.
No.
When I think about when I see people now, you know, these stylists who have been in the business for the last 20 and 30 years, I'm
That
like,
could have been me.
that could have been me.
It should have been me.
Should have been me. But
Right.
you know, I guess God, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And so,
You're
but
right.
it is, I want to say this too before we go on to the next topic. There are so many, so I work for the military, work for APHIS, and I'm also an entrepreneur, and it's really difficult to do the job that I have to do and also work on the job that I want to do or the career field that I want to do.
Right.
That's really heavy. It's mentally consuming. Not to mention that got a whole senior parent that I have to take care of. So
Oh yeah.
it's just, you know, all those things together just makes me look back and like, man, if I had only known. Well, we didn't.
But the good news is it's not too late.
It's not too late.
Not too late.
I went to school. I went to what's the school in Lancaster? Cedar Valley. I went to Cedar Valley, and the only classes I liked dealt with fashion or art. That was the only thing that I excelled in. Everything else was like I didn't care. I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested in, you know, reading, math. You know, I liked English because we were taught English. That's one of the things they did teach us.
Right.
We know how to write.
Yeah, we knew how to write. We knew how to read and write.
Yeah, because in college it's a lot of writing.
Yeah, so I excelled in those areas, but I still didn't have a passion for it.
No.
And so when I think I did maybe a semester, a year at Cedar Valley, and I left and just went and got a job, and I started working in retail because that was the only thing that I loved.
Close to fashion.
Yeah, it was the closest thing I knew to fashion. So that's what I did
Right.
for probably 20 something years, worked in retail. And then it was later on after, 13, I think it was 13 years after graduation, I went to El Centro and studied fashion because that was the first time I had heard about it.
Yeah.
So I actually got my associates in fashion marketing and merchandising.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's never too late. Never too late.
Never too late.
No, it's all in God's timing.
All in God's time. Okay, let's get on to the next topic. Speaking of entrepreneurship, what have you've had this conversation with your kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. What specific?
Like my personal kids?
Yeah, your personal kids.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you bring up that conversation of being an entrepreneur or them having that opportunity or that ability?
More so of, do you want to be in a position to where you always are being told what to do? And if you're a person that is okay with just coming here, they telling you when to go, when to come, when to stop, when to get back and that kind of thing, then great. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, but if you want something more, where you can make your own stamp, you can leave your own legacy, then we need to start honing in on the things that you're passionate about. Because entrepreneurship is not easy, but when God gives you a dream, or a vision, it's not for everybody. Everybody may not see your vision, but whatever it is, that's when we start having to do your research. You have to start doing the research. You have to start, you have to be on the grind. But I'm telling them this now because they're young. And so they got the time. Like right now with us, it's like time is of the essence because we don't know. We got a lot of years behind us, but we don't know how many years are ahead of us.
Right.
So now it definitely comes down to the point of what the information that we didn't know to share with other people. And I don't just share with my kids. I share with my nieces, my nephew. I share with my students because those are conversations that need to be had just to be on the thought. When you start seeing people doing things that you see that is a gift, drop that seed in their little spirit, and hopefully, somebody will water it and it, God gets the increase. So, those are the conversations that I've had with my kids, and I definitely see them definitely thinking about it, especially like my oldest daughter. She coaches club volleyball. That's what she does. But I'm like, hey, what do you? She's like, I do on my own. Like, this is what I want to do, and you can because you're young and you good at it, and you enjoy doing it. That's the thing, you enjoy doing it. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what when we start seeing people with these talents that can decorate, that can style, that can cook, that clean well or whatever. What are we doing? What are you doing while we sitting on our talents?
Right. Wow.
Exactly.
So I was talking to a lady a couple of weeks ago, and she was just sharing with me all these gifts and these things that she was just showing me pictures. She writes poetry. She can cook. She does baby shower gifts and all this stuff. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Yeah. You have all this talent and you're just sitting on it. Yeah. And she was like, girl, you're so crazy. No, I'm so serious. Yeah. Why are you sitting on your gifts? But I think, again, it's that mindset of fear. It's fear. And it's also no one has ever brought it to your attention that is possible. Hasn't been exposed. Yeah, no one has ever had a conversation with you to say, well, what do you like doing? What do you enjoy doing? Well, why don't you pursue that? Why are you at a 9 to 5? There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. Speaking of 9 to 5, let me throw this plug. Let me throw this plug in there real quick. So I found out the other day that you can get assistance like burial insurance or irrevocable living trust. You can get that through your job through the EAP, the Employee Assistance Program. So if you have that, go through that. You get your insurance and all your will and stuff, all that done for the low level. Okay. So take advantage of that while you're still on your job. Take advantage of getting your wills and it's called a living, what's it called? A living irrevocable trust. and it was going to initially cost me $3,000. It's now costing me less than half of that.
Oh yeah, that's
to get a will done.
To get not a will, but an irrevocable living trust. A will is really basic and something simple. It really doesn't do you any good. But what you should do is get an irrevocable living trust. Yes, and you can get it through the EAP. Honey, I'm getting mine in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Anyway, that's information for the masses. Y'all use that. If you're still on your job, you got EAP, use them before you go be an entrepreneur. Get all the benefits.
That.
Right. Facts.
Okay, so where are we going today? So I want to talk about you being a school teacher because I want to talk about, you said you tell your kids about, their opportunities. I'm assuming you also talk to your students about their opportunities.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You have to.
Okay. Talk more about that.
Everything comes down to, like I said, exposure, and as I start seeing. But I'm at the elementary level, so okay. They're not older students, right. But still, those are conversations you still can have.
Mm-hmm.
How old are they? What grade level?
I teach fourth grade. I teach fourth grade math, actually.
Oh, they can.
I'm an English teacher or an English person, but I teach fourth grade math. I'm great at it too. But anyway, I teach it, and when I start seeing certain things, because as a teacher, you have to build relationships with your students. Mm-hmm. If you build relationships with your students are going to work harder for you. When you take a vested interest in what it is that they're doing. And so I have the conversations. I've seen students that have, I see kids on the little hustle and stuff, and you making me bracelets and all this other stuff, and I'm like, you do realize you can be a whole entrepreneur,
right.
you had this, you are already, hey, why are you giving your stuff away? You need to be charging.
Exactly. 25 cents.
Yeah, look what we talking about now. Go on with your $2. We making a profit. We discussed this in math anyway. Let me show you how to make this profit. And so you start seeing different things with students, and you just have the conversation and let them know that it is your parents' story does not have to be yours. Right. And I think a lot of times they see what's going on. Your parents' struggle does not have to be your struggle. I hear a lot of kids say, well, I'm not good at this. And parents will say, well, I'm not good. I wasn't good at math in school. So no, it's not. That's not an inherited behavior. Right. It's just not, that's a learned behavior, because if I wasn't good at math at school, but I'm teaching people math. You got to learn. You learn. I'm just saying you learn. I mean, I passed it, but it wasn't something I loved to do. But now, those are things that again, conversations that you have to have. And I wish parents would stop putting their struggles onto their kids. Right. Because when they start doing that, that's making excuses for them not wanting to get better. Right. And that's the sad part about it. Because we in trouble, y'all. We in trouble. Yeah. When Houston talking about she believe the children are the future, child. Yeah, not this generation. We in trouble.
Really?
We in trouble. We are in trouble.
Okay, Shuug. So, are you around any teenagers or anyone that you give advice to, mentor? Is that in your life?
Well, young adults, they're now graduates.
Okay.
And going through college years. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do try to talk to young adults. Mm-hmm. When I was managing the Fiesta in Lancaster, I had a lot of high schoolers. Mm-hmm. And I would talk to them about entrepreneurship and being a leader and being respectful and being respected. Mm-hmm. And carrying yourself in a way that your presence alone commands or demands the respect. I used to address them as Mr. and Mrs. Mm-hmm. when I talked to them, because other managers there, they talked to them like they was kids. They talked to them like they was black. They talked to them like they was, not them. Mm-hmm. And I used to tell them, no, that's not how you're going to talk to them or address them. And you let people know in a respectful way, this is how I want to be treated. Mm-hmm. And you carry yourself in such a way so they don't have no other way to treat you but with respect. Yes. And we talked about college, and we talked about life in general. And some of those young adults I still keep in contact with now that some of our parents, and I go to they baby showers and this, that, and the other. But I like depositing knowledge.
You have to.
You have to.
No matter what, where, or the opportunity that when it presents itself, we got to do it.
Right, because it shows them that you actually taking time to invest, that you really care about them. Because again, these parents, they had parents that they had to fight. They would come to work as a place of refuge.
Yeah.
There were so many
That's good.
young adults. That's what I used to call them, young adults. I didn't even call them teenagers. The young adults that would come, they would cry on my shoulder. I'd say, look, go in the back, just take you a moment. The parents would come up to the job, be trying to fight them, or the parents be up there waiting on their paycheck.
Crazy.
And it was just a lot of stuff. They wouldn't even, sometimes the parents wouldn't even come pick them up to take them home.
That's
I would
crazy.
be taking them home.
That's crazy.
And, or go pick them up to take them to work.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where they only wanted to work when I worked.
Mm.
And it caused a rift between me and the other managers because they didn't understand the relationship
Yeah.
that I have. So it is, it goes far beyond just talking or just saying things. You really have to form that bond and that relationship
Yep.
so they can trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I trust you, then I'll follow you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't been in that situation directly. Well, my niece I tried to be her, person, but she's never allowed. I don't know what the issue. She would always go to my mom for advice and for information and for help. And my mom would tell her, but she was like, well, Kim probably would be better to, I'm 80 some years old. You probably want to ask Kim. So I'm not sure what the dynamic is, why there was such a gap between her. And I still haven't figured it out. She won't call me. She won't return my call. When she's here, she's okay. But she's so up under my mother all the time. And I even told her, I was like, she can't help you. I'm like, all the knowledge and information you need about college and jobs and relationships and all that stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
you might want to ask me. But so I don't know what that issue is. But hey, she grown now. So you grown, you're on your own. If she ever decides that she wants to come to me, I'll be available. But you can't help people that don't want to be helped.
No, you can't.
Right.
But I think a lot of these kids today, it bothers me when I see them, especially in the retail stores. They don't know how to they don't say thank you. They don't say, they don't know how to fold clothes. And that's a pet peeve. I do not be rolling my stuff up and throwing it in the bag. I'm going to stop you and say, I do. And they look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, did your mama not teach you how to fold clothes? Did you teach your kids how to fold?
They know how to fold clothes.
I just don't understand, like, what happened? They're not respectful.
No.
They don't care. I mean,
they cuss in front
of
you like you not there.
They cuss, laugh. I mean, I'm just like,
because we did when we were younger. You seen somebody, you saw somebody parent or whatever, you straightened up, you stopped what you were doing. Now, I had to look around when I heard something. I'm like, okay, you a parent, adult.
I still don't cuss. I still do not cuss around my mother.
No,
at all. My mama lived with me. She never not cussing.
No, that's a violation.
So yeah, I just be like, y'all having a whole just going F this and be that. And I'm like, hello, adults here.
Yeah,
right.
It's a store. This is a business. I saw a rep get into a fight with a customer at the register, cussing each other. I'm like, what is happening?
So one of my young adults had a fight with one of the customers. And it was really truly because the customer provoked her and invoked the fight.
Right.
And was calling her all kinds of B's and H's. And I got daughters your age and da 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 da. And I would have them come up here and whoop you. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
That's not what we gonna do.
That's not cool.
And so she said something to the fact that I'll check this B. And she kind of just did something in the young lady's face before I could even stop it. Of course, my young lady had to go for what she knows.
She did.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
And mopped I'm telling you, she mopped the floor with that lady. But okay.
It's not funny, but
And
God.
she was so hard. The young lady was so heartbroken that she had to fight this lady, and she was looking at me, and I don't know how the kind of look that I was looking, but it was, I guess it was like a look of disappointment. I
Yes.
don't know, but I was just like in shock. And she was just like, Mr. John, I'm just so sorry. She was just so apologetic. I said, you don't have to apologize. Ain't nothing wrong with defending yourself.
Yeah, there's
Right.
nothing wrong with defending yourself.
It's not.
You got to.
I ain't gonna go to blows though. It's just not me. I got
I'm
too
not
much
fighting.
to.
I'm
Right, but
not fighting.
I mean, by all means, I'm gonna try to walk away from, but you keep coming, then
Yeah.
you coming, you want something for real.
Yeah, you want some.
Yeah.
You want this smoke,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Want that
she
action.
got it. She got it. You know, and it was our own people.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't think
I
nothing
didn't
else.
either. That's what I
and
No other color popped in my head.
They have on the bonnet too.
and you know, I'm trying to talk to the lady. She not addressing me. She keep trying to address the child,
Yeah, that's not
the young adult. And I'm like, hold on, ma'am. And I'm trying to be apologetic, talk for the young lady and stuff. But it was just something about this young girl. She was just at her.
Wow. Okay,
Uh,
so speaking of respect, let's talk about briefly, because I don't want to go deep, but let's briefly talk about have you spoken to your kids about how to respond to police officers, drugs, sex trafficking? Like, there's so many things that these kids are growing up with today. I can't even imagine being a parent in this culture. So how do you deal with that as a parent?
It's hard. You have to pray. But you have to also have those conversations, especially when the sex trafficking situation came up. And I have 2 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Being aware of your surroundings, you know, watching where you park, watching who's following you. And there have been a couple of situations to where, you know, I know my daughter was in Walmart one time, and you know, these dudes was kind of like following, and you know, but she was paying attention because everywhere she moved, they were moving.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally, you know, walked up to the, you know, they hurried up and put stuff down, kind of dodged the dudes or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and went to the car and left the stuff there.
Yeah.
And so just being aware of the surroundings, those are hard conversations to have. We see it too much.
Yeah.
And they are like really the perfect age at this point, you know, where they're snatching people up and watching where you're going. Like if you can avoid going by yourself,
Yeah.
you know, do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have to.
Right.
I'm even having a conversation with my son.
Yeah.
You know, and because
How old
it's
is
not,
he?
he's 15.
15.
And it's not
Prime age to be.
Yeah. And even with the cop situation, you know, that's always a scary situation.
Yeah.
It's a scary situation for me because I remember I was driving and I heard the sirens, and it's like 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight. I was on my way home.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled over, but when I pulled over, I wasn't like what I considered a safe spot. So then I didn't want to say I took off, but I drove and like hit the corner, and now all of a sudden you see a whole nother like 2 cops coming. And so now my heart is beating like extra fast and stuff because I'm trying to figure out, number one, why you pulled me over, because I wasn't even speeding. Mm-hmm. And so you see them approaching the car and they have their hands on their guns, and I'm literally praying, like, don't let this be a Sandra Bland situation. And the cop was like, well, you took off. And I said, well, I wasn't in a lit area. I was trying to get to a space, you know, because I didn't even know if that was where I needed to pull, because I didn't feel like it was safe. And the only reason why he pulled me over was because my light was out. And he was trying to give me a warning, but then a whole nother cop. And I was like, say, you know, like you like scared the bejesus out of me, you know, because this could have been something he thought I was trying to run. And I wasn't trying to run. I said I was trying to get someplace that was a little lit where, you know, I could be safe myself. But those are the conversations that it's scary. It's scary as women. It's scary as men, especially when you're Black. We don't know what is going to happen. You can't say anything. I don't want to move my hands off the steering wheel. Yeah. You know, you just see so many cases. And if I can avoid the police. Honestly, I do my best to, because I just don't want a situation to arise to where, you know, I'm mistaken for something that's not what you're looking for,
Right.
you know.
It's very scary because, and for me, like you said, when I'm driving and I see somebody pulled over, I automatically just, you know, start praying because you don't know.
No.
You know, they'll kill you for no reason.
Mhm.
I had to call the cops on the neighbors. Well, I didn't know it was a neighbor. This lady kept banging on my door, and it was late at night. Well, we goes to sleep around here, so we're not expecting no company, you know, after dark. So this lady was just banging on the door, and she wouldn't leave. And I didn't know who it was. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to call the cops, but what else do I do? Like, that was the only, what else do you do? I wasn't going to open the door.
Right.
And she wouldn't go away. So I ended up calling the cops, and they came and they talked to her. I saw them on the side of the house, and they were talking to her. But here's the crazy part. The cops never came to my door to say,
hey, this is what it is.
Yeah, this is what it is. This, like, I'm like, because my mom said, well, are they going to let us know? I said, apparently not.
And they drove off?
And yeah, they said, no, they were here for a good hour, just sitting in front of the house, taking notes or talking to the lady or whatever happened. But even after they talked to her, they sat in the car for a long time. And I'm like, so they're not going to come and say,
everything's okay.
Everything's, yeah.
Wow.
Is that not just common courtesy?
It is.
That is.
Maybe they were young cops.
No,
Maybe
he was young.
Oh, well, no.
And he was black. And he was black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I've always getting pulled over by black cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. You?
Yeah. I just got pulled over the other day by a black cop.
What for?
Coming off of 20, turning on to 1382. By the Jack in the Box. Everybody, the light is green, everybody turning. I don't know why he picked me, but he said that I didn't have my right turn signal on. Now, out of all these cars, there's about 10 of us. It's a line coming from Grand Prairie and turning. And I'm like, and you picked me. So I seen him coming, flashing full speed with his lights on. I'm like, oh, let me get out the way. Because, maybe he's trying to get somewhere.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, he for me. Oh, you for me? He's like, yeah, you. Okay. Wow. Cocky black cop.
Did you really get scared?
Huh?
Did you get scared?
Never.
Oh, wow.
I ain't never scared. I'm ready for it, whatever they got.
I ain't mad at it.
And so, because I know how to talk to them intelligently.
But that don't matter though, Shuug.
It doesn't.
Well, they ask me a question, I answer it. I ain't got to be all prideful, or acting black or acting like a...
Yeah.
Right. But I know how to get on their level. I know what to say, how to say it, when to say it. And let them know, okay, this ain't the one to be fooling with.
Yeah.
And I've never had any issues with it. And some of the stuff that, and since we talking about Sandra Bland and all that, sometimes we have to be smarter than a fifth grader.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we're less than a person to try to comply.
Yeah.
Let them talk smack. Let them say what they say.
Yeah.
You got their badge number. You ask them for their name. They can't deny you that.
Yeah.
And let them move on. But we sometimes, because we black and we pro-black and we ain't no punks, we got to come on back with it, which makes it escalate.
Right. That's true. That's very true.
So I know how to say what I need to say without even having an inflection in my voice. I could have a same straight tone with you, and you still know I ain't playing with you either. So he ended up giving me a ticket, because he tried to be cocky and smart and all that.
And he just gave it to you.
My record is clean. I got insurance. I don't have no tickets.
Mm-hmm.
My drive work is clean. So you could have gave me a warning, but you want to give me a ticket? Okay, you got to meet your quota. That's fine. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Just because.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But every time I've got pulled over, it's always been by a black person.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I have too. I have been pulled over a lot, but I think it's
I got pulled over because of the kind of car I drive. Yeah.
That's why it's just so scary. That's why I want to talk about it, because these young kids today, they real quick to pop off, and you got to tell them that's not the time to pop off.
It's not time to pop off. You gotta I don't care if they feel like it's this image that they got to uphold,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. That's another thing that my nonprofit is going to touch on, because we as black men and black young ladies are raised in a society that you cannot be a punk. You're not gonna let nobody punk you.
Right.
But when you're smart and intelligent, they can't punk you.
That's
And
true.
I want to provide services where they can actually talk and get to the bottom line of why you feel this way. What has made you, who has made you feel and put you in a position to feel like you have to be this certain way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Okay, so what's the name of your nonprofit?
Shuug's Safe Haven.
Shuug Safe Haven. So are you gonna have like a house for these people?
Yes, I'll have a house. I'll provide food, meals, clothes. Some of my board members, one is a HR partner with a high tech company here in Dallas. So she'll be providing what to do, what to say, how to do it, go about in an interview, how to do resumes,
That's
how
good.
to dress,
Good.
Yeah.
how to
How to tie
negotiate,
a tie.
Wait,
how to tie your tie.
who doing the dressing part?
Okay, KFLO.
Okay.
But we gonna be providing those type of services so they can, and again, the entrepreneur mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm starting my catering business. That's why I'm starting my janitorial business. So that they can have something to, if I can hire them, I can show
Option.
you how to
We have
cater them. I
options.
can show you how to go out and be hospitable and
Mm-hmm.
you start your own businesses. Because we know we have blemishes as being black people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am shooting for young adults from 16 to 26 that have nonviolent crimes on their record,
Mm-hmm.
probation or whatever. And Jobs ask that question so they can have another way of weeding you out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that means Ace will be coming your way. He'll be 16 in October. My son.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I love
And
that shit.
and so we'll be providing, bus cards for those that's on the bus, or gas cards for those that drive. It's just a place for you to come. And we as black people, I know we're getting off subject, but we as
Oh,
black
it's
people,
so.
we look at counseling or things like that,
Therapy.
stigma, right? Therapy
Mhm.
as a stigma.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
don't
it's,
want them to feel like they coming to counsel. I just want them to feel like they coming to a place that they just hang out and chill and just have somebody to talk to on their level.
yeah, I
I
love
love it.
it. That's good.
So when did you start the catering business?
Officially, what's this? This is March,
Mm-hmm.
so mid-February.
Good. So how long have you been wanting to do that?
Um, I just enjoy cooking, first of all.
Okay.
It's a great stress reliever for me.
Mm-hmm.
And all my events, I used to always cater myself, but because it was start getting bigger, that's when I started hiring caterers to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody just out the blue one day asked me, could I cater their daughter's sweet 16 birthday party? And I
Mm.
was like, really? She said, yes. I said, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then after that, then other people start doing it. Then I start getting requests from some celebrities. So I got some things lined up with some celebrities coming up too.
What? Okay, so that goes back to you having a passion about something, right? But you
Right.
never even considered it as a business until somebody said something.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's the point.
Yep.
Like
And
stop
so,
sitting on our money.
Yeah.
right. And so I started praying about it and I talked to God about it. And it was the write the vision, make it plain.
Yep.
Right.
And so I started writing it out. And so
Yeah.
he was like, I'm going to do these things for you. But it was one thing that was in my way. And it was unforgiveness.
Mm.
And he told me to forgive a certain person that was in my life.
Yes.
And I said, okay, Lord, whatever you want me to do. Because like you said, I'm at my job now, my career, and my mind is on everything else except there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I'm getting tired of it. I'm just like, oh Lord, I'm tired of walking around this mountain for 40 years. So he said, do this, and I'm gonna add everything else onto it. So I did it. And as soon as I did it, literally, like he turned the water to wine. That's when all the other doors for everything else started opening. And I just started walking through it. And it's just like when he said open up windows,
Pour you out a
pour out a
blessing,
blessing that you don't have enough
room
room to
enough to
receive.
receive it.
He's just doing it. But that's why I put the post the other day. Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Is.
Baby, that was one of my shirts back in the day.
It is.
Yeah, so yeah, I like
Run it
that.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, Shuug, because we have to write the vision. We have to, and nothing started happening for me in the stylist world until I actually started writing things down and saying, asking God for what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's like nothing started moving before then. You can think it
Yeah.
and
Right.
pray about it all you want to,
Put
but
it on
it's nothing. It's acts.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
put action to it.
Absolutely.
Faith, what to say? Faith without works is dead.
Yes. And another thing with my nonprofit, so I'm waiting to hear back from the AT&T Stadium, the Cowboy Stadium, whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm getting a concession stand
Yeah.
there in the fall. So that's another way that I want to connect with my young adults that are on probation, whatever. They can come and do their community service hours
that's
working
good.
as a concession stand.
I love it.
That's good.
So I'm in works with some people that's with the city of Dallas. They got connections, so they can put me on a list as somewhere they can refer young Black and brown adults to get their community service hours.
Love it.
I'm so excited for you, Shuug. I had no idea all that was
Yes.
going on. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
These are the stories that we need.
Yes. Especially these days.
Yeah,
This
we
is
do.
what we need.
Good vibes every day.
Okay.
Come on.
Yes.
Okay, so that was good. Thank you for that beautiful story, because that's going to transition us into probably some not so beautiful stories. So I want to talk about dating deal breakers. And so, Shuug, since you in, I'm gonna ask you, what, when you were dating, because we know you're happily with someone right now.
Right.
When you were dating, what were some of your dating deal breakers?
Hygiene, integrity, lack of employment, not having your own, lack of any type of responsibilities or accountability.
I like all those. Miss Jones?
Ooh. Okay, the condensed version.
Okay, yeah, we got 10 minutes.
Oh my
I
gosh.
gotta get y'all mine.
Yeah. You know what? I think not being honest, being a liar is a deal breaker. Definitely can't be a cheater. But I don't know, certain things for me, when you are approaching me or you send me messages, I need you to be able to write a complete sentence with some punctuation marks. When you're talking to me, I don't want everything all run on and everything. But you got to be supportive and understanding the situation, with everything that's there. But my main thing is just being genuine. And when people are, right now, it's this dating pool right now, I don't even know what to say. However, I'm just standing my ground, and I'm not going to compromise or sacrifice, the things that I want. And I think sometimes, as the older that we get, we start thinking about lowering the expectation just to have somebody. No, I'm not doing that. So if I have to be single, I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to give you the resume of, well, tell me what you want in a man. I'm not giving that to you. I want you to find out. So we're not doing that. I'm not going to give you the playbook, so you already have the plays to know exactly how to play me. We're not doing that. So I'm just saying, we're not doing that. But what's your word?
I love that. Well, I used to give the playbook and they still didn't follow it.
It didn't work. Or it worked for a lot, and then you showed your true story, your true colors.
No, I'm telling you, I used to give the playbook all the time because I don't want to waste no time. I don't want you to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So this is the deal. And they know. I was like, well, your loss. I gave you all the instructions.
Yeah.
Everything is laid out. But so I probably would still do that just because I don't want to waste time. But for me, of course, first, I'm not going to date anyone who does not have a committed relationship with Christ. That's the most important thing to me. If he's on the fence about it, that's fine. I can be patient. I can be a little patient if you're on the fence or it's something that you're just not focused on right now, but maybe you're thinking about it, then okay.
Because you gotta know how to lead.
Yeah, you gotta know how to lead me, and if I'm leading you, then we starting out wrong. I don't like people who we're on a date and you sex talk or you sex jokes. Huge turn off for you to be holding a sausage or something and be like,
saying you the eggplant.
Yeah. Let's not talk about meat like that. A smoker.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't. Weed or cigarettes. I don't want either one. Sorry, get that together. And I always knew this was important, but I didn't find it okay. I didn't find out until recently that it was an absolute deal breaker for me, is that a guy that can't dress. Because I love a well-dressed man. I love good hygiene, all the things, right? But if he absolutely refuses to up his game, I'm not attracted to that. So for me today, it is a deal breaker because it's a non-negotiable. Because I can tell you, every man I've dated, if he didn't dress well, I tried to redress him.
Yeah.
Every last one of them. So I realized it matters. It matters because it shows me that you care about how you look, that you put some effort.
How about if that's how he feels like he does look good and that is the best that he can do? But
that's not the best you can do.
That might be the best that he can do.
But if I bring it to you,
now you're talking about like you'll say, hey, why don't you try this, this, and this?
And he refuses, I can't.
No.
What, the khakis and the or the big grandpa jeans with the dress shoes?
I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that.
You have to have a
I'm not doing any of the suits too big. I'm not doing the old Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey colorful suits.
I'm not doing the square toe shoes. I'm not doing any of it. And even if you just haven't been sized, let's just say you're stuck and you're afraid to, get something tailored. To me, that's why my book is called Style is a State of Mind, because that's a mental thing. When you have mentally chosen that you want to be stuck and you don't want to do better, when you have a stylist right here.
Right.
So, yeah, I just can't deal with that. Sorry.
I get it.
It is what it is. I want somebody who is either working in their purpose already actively or going towards it. Because I realize that I don't like stagnant or comfortable. Somebody who shows up very comfortable and not willing to change in any areas, that's a huge
stuck in their ways.
You're stuck. It's stuck. I don't like anything that's stuck.
Yeah.
Because now we're in our 50s.
You can grow.
You can still grow. You can still grow.
Right.
So be doing something. Be active doing something.
Yeah.
Do we little Shuug? Okay.
Intelligent conversation.
Intelligent conversation.
You got to be able to hold a conversation.
Exactly.
I think that's it.
Me.
It's that.
Because if you tell me you just going with the flow, well, I'm about to float right on up out of there.
Yeah.
I can't go with the flow because you're wasting my time. I got things to do. I got a whole old person back there that I need to take.
So you want somebody to come and just actually take the lead.
Yeah.
You have to. Especially if you're talking about you want to be a leader and you want a woman that's going to be submissive or that will, follow and that kind of thing. You have to take some initiative when it comes down to specific things.
Right.
I shouldn't have to wonder when you're gonna ask me out.
I should.
Or what or even making a plan on why I gotta make all the plans.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to make all the plans. You gotta have some type of interest, because if we're talking with each other, you would know exactly what it is that I'm interested in. I would know what it is you're interested in. It goes both ways. But it cannot be, especially in the beginning, I can't be the one doing all the initial calling you this. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I know I'm leaving and then I'm out of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I like taking the initiative.
Come on,
and planning and organizing things. Right. So when James and I got together, I took the initiative to do everything. He just
Mhm.
come in the table and spread, basically.
Yeah.
Every day we dated until we made it official. I mean, we still date,
Mhm.
but if a person is interested in you, they're gonna show you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. That's what they
They're
say.
That's
gonna
what
show you.
They say it. Because
And
they be talking, but them initiative, that action don't be matching that talk.
it ain't working.
it's so funny. So James worked literally something just as simple as this. He literally could walk out his door, cross the street, and he'd be at his place of employment.
Wow.
Every day I would still wake up, that I would spend the night with him. I would wake up and drive him across the street,
Oh.
pick him up in the evenings. If it's raining, you're not going to let me take you and take him lunch.
Across
Those are
the
things
street.
Come on, man. I ain't mad
You didn't let
at
I,
that nigga walk across the street?
I would not.
Mm.
I
See.
would not.
So
And he had a car.
Yeah, but they on the other team.
Right.
You hear what she said?
What she say?
They do exist, but they on the other. I said they on the other team.
I am of a special kind. However, when I was dating females, I was the same way.
Yeah.
And this is because my mother molded me to be the man that I am. Because even though she was a single lady, when she did have a husband or when she was dealing with a man, she never let me see him treat her any kind of way. She always made sure that they respected her and respected me, opened the door for her, closed the door for her,
Love it.
treated her like a lady should be treated.
Yeah.
And even when it was just she and I, she made me treat her like a lady. Yeah, I'm your mother, but is how you need to treat a woman.
So my son. Yep.
And so those things are embedded with me. So even with my friends, if y'all will come to my house, I'm going to cater to you. I'm going to make sure your glass is filled. Whatever it is that you need, just before you can even ask for it. That's just who I am.
Okay. When drinks on you?
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, come on, because I need some type of catering, child.
Yeah. And so when I got into the catering business, people do it because that's what they can do. They know could cook with their eyes closed, whatever. I always tell my clients or whoever I'm doing it with passion and with love. And I want to create an experience for you.
Yeah, I love it.
And I said, and when they taste it, they be like, I could tell you did this with love. And if I can't do it with love, if my heart is not in it, then I'm not gonna be able to do it.
That's
But
cooking.
everything that I do for anyone, I do it out of love.
Right. I love that. Well, my next engagement, sir, we're going to be in touch. So I want to talk about, did you have anything else to say about that, Shuug?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I'm gonna show my book real quick because it's my book and I need people to buy it.
Yeah.
I love it.
In the cover, gorgeous.
It is.
I love
It's so colorful.
just like me.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that is on Amazon for $2.99. Go get yours today. Today. Okay.
Style is a state of mind,
Style is a state
changing
of
the
mind.
world. Oh,
Do you
yes.
see it? I can't.
Yeah.
I tried to expand it, but I can't expand it. Changing the world one closet at a time. A personal guide to step up your style. That's what that is.
I love
yeah.
it.
Okay, so real quick, we over time, but it's okay. So class of 92 turning 50.
Yes.
Whoop whoop. Hutch 92. So
Hey.
listen, so now that you're 50,
Woo.
what does life look like for you right now? What are the goals? What are the dreams? What are we doing?
For me, I want to. I put at the beginning of the year to just start living life, and I feel like for so long I was living my life for everybody else except myself. So whether that was being a wife, whether that was being a mom, but I was forgetting to be a woman, and so now. And so now turning 50, that 40s decade sucked. It kick rocks.
Really?
Yeah, it was my 40s was really rough. I had a lot of tragedies that was going on in my life and that kind of thing. That was the decade I lost my mom, my grandmother, you know, my marriage was shot to whatever. And you know, and I almost died in that decade, you know. But at the same time, looking at it, you know, it's lessons to be learned in it. I grew from a lot of those things. However, I believe going into this decade, I just want to live life. I'm traveling more, doing things that I didn't do before in the past. I want to get out. And so when I turned 50 on the 1st of March, I was in Dominican and I was like, I gotta go, and went. Didn't know how I was going, but I was like, I'm going on this trip. And I went, and it was something that I had made up in my mind that I wanted to do. So everything this year is really about being intentional on everything. Intentional with my time, intentional with my circle, being intentional about the people that I'm allowing in my space, being intentional on, you know, friendships and honing in and checking in on my people. And, you know, and hopefully those people are checking in with me as well. So this year is just really about those things that are important to me, just honing in on those relationships, but at the same time, just giving myself grace and taking care of myself finally. And that's what I plan on doing. And I feel like this decade is off to a great start. We look good, you know, because we got some people that's way younger than us that's looking older than us. I'm just saying.
Yes. You're right.
Big facts.
But I'm grateful that, you know, when people are looking at me and they're saying, wait a minute, you're fit and is and 50, yes, and proud to say it, you know, and a lot of people are not afraid. Oh, I don't want to. Now I'm telling my age, I'm 50, and AARP then gave me the look, and I already started saying, yeah, I'm going ahead and don't take those discounts.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, AARP.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. Same. I feel the same. I am embracing 50. I love telling people I'm 50 because they're like, you what?
Yeah.
Right. So I love that. Same. I am going to Dubai this year. Is on my bucket list.
Come on, Dubai.
Going to Dubai in July.
Come on.
And so I'm just looking forward to traveling more. And like you said, being intentional. I am so focused on my vertical relationship with God right now, because I know if I stay focused on him, he gonna do everything horizontal.
Yes.
Right.
So, and that's why he is first in everything. In any relationship situations that come to me, you gonna know what it is up front. I ain't got time. She busy. And so it's just in my side hustle, whatever that side hustle is gonna be. I'm just very intentional and vertical with everything I'm doing, so everything else can line up horizontal.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what that is. Shuug, how old are you, Shuug?
47. I'll be 47 this year.
Okay, so you ain't made it there yet, sir, but I'll be glad to welcome you to the club.
But I'm looking forward
to open
when you cross over. Okay, real quick. Go ahead, Shuug. What you gotta say?
No, I'm saying I'm very looking forward to turning 50.
Yeah.
At least you don't have to have hot flashes. That's the only point I hate. Baby, I'm talking about be on fire.
Thank God.
Hated it. Okay, so KFLO's flavors, 25 questions. Let me see if I have a timer on here.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you got 25 seconds. Let me find my timer.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. You know all the answers. How I do it. 25, 30, 25 seconds. Boom. Boom. All right. And get ready, set. Seafood or soul food?
Soul food.
Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Basketball or football?
Football.
Erica or Jill?
Jill.
Maxwell or John Legend?
Maxwell.
A different world or living single?
Different world.
I already know. New Edition or High Five?
New Edition.
The Jeffersons or Good Times?
Good Times.
Coming to America or Harlem Nights?
Harlem Nights.
Spades or dominoes?
Spades.
I love it.
Yeah.
Look, just in time.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, that's all I got. Shuug, you got anything?
No, that was it. I enjoyed our conversation today.
I did too. That was really dope. Okay, so again, you guys follow me at IamKFLO.K on everything. Go get the book. Don't forget to subscribe to the KFLO show
She
on
got t-shirts
YouTube.
too.
I do have
My
shirts.
t-shirt ain't came in yet.
They were shipped.
Oh, I ain't looked at my checks yet. Okay, I can't wait. Because if I did, I would have wore it today.
Oh, he's so sweet. And so yeah, I do have shirts. I had to put the account on hold because I'm switching over to a business account. So as soon as I get that, then be back up.
So you're styling men and women?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I love doing men. They're
Easier.
They're easier. Not mentally. Women are easier mentally, but men are easier physically, if that makes sense. Okay, let's say a prayer and get out of here. Lord God, thank you for this platform. Thank you for my guests and your audience. I pray that everyone listening will do your voice, hear your will, and then do your will in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Peace out.
All right. Peace.
All right, bye, Shuug.
It's the KFLO Show, the one and only. It's the KFLO Show, so get to know me. The KFLO Show, got favor on me. With all these gifts and talents running through me, yep. Get in the know with KFLO. Subscribe to the KFLO Show on YouTube to watch live and catch up on shows you missed.
Yeah.
Beautiful.